this week I'm going to be playing a couple games in the Kliment Voroshilov tanks, of which there are many in Warthunder. You've got the KV1, KV1S, KV1 ZIS-5, KV2, KV85, as well as the premium KV220, which I don't have. And of course a couple of premium, of course, 2 German captured KV tanks, as well as the Soviet premium KV2 with the very long gun, and of course the prototype SMK, which, to be honest, isn't a KV tank. It's just, you know, they look like it, it isn't. So the Kliment Voroshilov, or the KV tanks, as I'm just going to be saying that, were a series of heavy tanks developed by the Soviet Union during the Second World War. They were one of 2 heavy tanks at the time, the other being the Shah-2C, that were actually very heavy, closely weighing 75 tons. They were armed with this is one armed with 76.2mm gun. This is the KV1 L11, and it was decently well armed, and I'm pretty sure somebody just had a bit of a cheat there. I don't like it, because I can't see any enemies from that direction. These tanks were very well used throughout, well, up until the production of the Joseph Stalin tanks, which came at late 1945. And they were present in the Battle of Stalingrad, Kursk, as well as the beginning of the German invasion of the Soviet Union. These tanks, when the Germans first met them, their Panzer IVs, Panzer IIIs, and even most of their anti-tank guns could not penetrate this. And there is a story where there is one tank, KV tank, it doesn't know if it's KV2 or a KV1, holding off an entire German army until they basically, the entire German army outside of a town, I don't remember what town, until they had to get a Flak 88 prison and used against the Flak guns. I'm probably going to miss that shot because the M18 Hellcat is up there doing a job, as it is the T-34 just got nuked. The KV tank was eventually seen too expensive and, by the time, too outdated, where the more faster and more deadlier T-34 was able to be used, and the KV tank was quickly phased out of production. Although, really, to be honest, I just caused that guy to burn into flame. Nice. The KV tank functions pretty damn well in Warthunder. You won't be seeing Tigers as this tank did. Unless you do RB, but then again, it will be very slim. But this one will be seeing Tigers, because I've got its bigger brother, the KV2, here as well. Of course, the KV1 was upgraded several times to hold many different guns. This included the KV1 ZIS, well, KV1S, which was a much better tank, as well as the KV '85. Unfortunately, neither tank impressed Stalin, and by the time Germany was being pushed out of the Soviet Union, these tanks were largely left to rust, basically, in favour of the more heavily armed and armoured KV, well, IS tanks. So, that's them. What are they like in Warthunder? Well, in Warthunder, because it's a lot more realistic than some of the other games, I mean, you can get one shot in this for that. I've got a damaged crew member. These tanks hold up to what they are. They are rugged, they are slow, and they are very heavily armoured. Unless you're in a very mixed-matched match, like you are with, like I am, where you'll probably be fighting tanks who can easily one-shot this thing. But nevertheless, the KB1 and the KB2 are very good. Now, I did mention at the earlier part of the video, the SMK. That was a Soviet prototype that did see service. But it was saw service in Finland. The tank did get stuck in Finland. I'm on fire. Well, I seem to be roasting nicely. Yeah, we're not going to stick out in front for that Sherman to shoot at us. My health. Thankfully, this building is under. He'll be shooting. And for me to come out. Oh, try to shoot me through the window. As you can see down there, if you're depending on what device you're watching this on, you probably did see one of the captured German KB tanks. Germany did capture a few of these tanks and did use them. I don't know how well they used them. Because, you know, to be honest, Germany... I just bounced the shot back into him. Oh, I'm dead. M6A1 killed me. Yeah, it's much cool. Yeah. And I mean, when you got a shot like that, oh, you're like, ooh, yummy. KB2 for later. Take out the SMK. As you can see, the SMK basically takes the KB1, enlarges it, and adds a second turret onto it. The SMK was rather largely a fail, even for a twin-turreted prototype tank. Because of its length, I mean, it has 7 crew members, and at the time that was very, very inefficient. And that's 7 people you'd never see again. So it's quite glad that this aircraft didn't, or that tank didn't enter in production. Yeah, it's the night fighter version. Oh, killed him. Bye, nub. Oh, so I can dogfight. Nice to know. I won't call that dogfighting, I just call it getting lucky. LA5, doesn't it have 2 20mm cannons in the front? I don't know. I didn't do my research on Soviet aircraft. I do enjoy playing the, German tanks. Well, so, I enjoy playing a lot of different tanks. He's probably going to end up killing me. At least that was his bomb right then. Oh, I think I've just actually hit my ally. Oh, yeah! Oh, no. Yeah. Bob missed me. Nice. Yes, the SMK did see it. It is actually, I think, the name, abbreviated, shortened named of the Soviet leader at the time. Oh, KB1. That's KB1S in front of me. Being for Sherman over there. Well, I hit his track, so he's detracked. He ain't going anywhere. I mean, to be honest, that's the problem with the SMK. Oh no, one of my gun turrets has just been taken out. I'm now down to 4 crew members. Well, shit, comrade. It's basically, it's a battleship on turret. It's basically a battleship tank. If, you know, somebody was like, oh, we're going to build a battleship tank. This tank is really large. I mean, look at it, it's a freaking train. We'll fly it in the fighter. Okay. Oh well. There's bound to be a next time. I'll fly it in the fighter. I mean, I do enjoy the KB tanks. So a bit more about the KB tanks. There were 2 prototyped tanks that if you play water tanks you know about. The KB4 and the KB5. Both more heavily versions and more better versions of the KB. Were 1 to 85, and even you can even get the KB3. Yep, knew that wouldn't do shit. 45mm cannon still shooting. Wow, what am I going to do with that pea shooter? As you can see, the tank is They are very fun, the KV tanks. I do like the things. I'm not going to pronounce the name. I do have the Wikipedia page open for them. Yeah. Russia Colossus. Russian Colossus. I do love KV tanks. I mean, at the time of the Second World War, they were one of the two biggest tanks in the war. You had this and the French Chartreuse, each weighing well over 70 tons. Oh. So they were, they probably were used by the Finnish throughout the war. Because let's be honest, the Finnish stole so many of the bloody Russian tanks, it's not even funny. What have I got? What have I got? Do I have bombs on this thing? I don't think I'd need them anyway. Oh, come on. No bombs, no rockets. Ugh! We're a ground attack version of the friggin' Sturmovik. Amazing. I actually have to say, I love the Sturmovik. I love the Sturmovik. It's actually one of the first aircraft models I built. It being one of them, and the Dornier being another one. Woohoo! One air target, sure, yeah, that was the night fighter version of the thing. But a bit of a thing. Yeah. Round to 39, first. 1933, 1934, there was a... These are all the different variants of the KV, the KV tanks. I'm not saying the bloody name again, the title of this video. There was the KV-2, which had the 152mm howitzer, or the other style gun that you can get in the game. The KV-8 flamethrower, the KV-1S, the KV-85, and the KV-122. This tank had a torsion bar suspension. Its maximum speed was 22 miles per hour, so that's 35 kilometers an hour. That's not this tank, it is this tank. The KV is one of the... For me, it was one of the tanks I actually enjoyed playing. When I played World of Tanks, I was like, the KV? That's a very odd name to call it, but then again, the Russians are old people. But they're some of the most... To be honest though, if you were to have a look at some of what Russia built during the Second World War, I mean, their aircraft, their tanks, you know, if you had a look at it, you'd sit there and wonder how the hell did some of these even work? And you'd be sitting there going, how did this tank production, or how did this aircraft do this? The Soviet fighters' tanks are really quite good, and so now we'll just go with the different versions of the KV. So we've got the KV-1E, which I do believe has a bigger version. Yeah, it's a 76 F-32 gun with a 7.27mm machine gun, 7.26mm machine gun. We've got the KV-1L, the KV-1L11, which is one of the first tanks you actually do unlock if you go down to the after you've got the T28. You've got KV-1S, which I do believe has a bigger gun. Yeah, no, it has a 76mm, just lighter, and the KV's S5. KV-1's S5, which has a 76mm gun. Now, I did remember having this tank. It was actually a lot of fun to drive. And then you've got KV-2 1932, which you can see here, with its 152mm howitzer. You've also got the two German versions, which we can cut over here, which is the KV-1B and the KV-2 754 Regiment, and the 756 Regiment. So, yeah, these two were captured. This one does have the 152 M10 howitzer, and this one has the 75mm. That's German caliber gun. I do believe they both got German guns. What's the main gun on this? KV-2 here? KV-2 has a... No, it's the same. You also have the KV-85. If we preview this bad boy, which has the 85mm gun. And I do believe that was the last productional tank. Oh, and you've also got the KV-2 ZIS-6, which was, again, a KV-2 with a bit different gun. And you've got the KV-122, which you can also get. But there are also some other tanks you can get. Yeah, it's got different guns. It's got a 107mm ZIS-6 gun. And you've also got the KV-122, which is a 122 gun. There are premium other versions of the KV2, and KV1 and other versions of the KV I've seen. I'm quite surprised the Japanese don't have any, because I mean the Japanese would have captured quite a few. When they were fighting, although Soviet Russia probably didn't use them against them. Yeah. So basically, the history of the KV tankers, they were big, slow, and built for a time when they would have been more effective. I think they would have been more effective when World War One was still going. But of course, we get them here in Warthunder. We get two different variants, the KV1, well, three different variants in the premium, four, because of KV1S, five different KV1s, because you've got the German captured one, which is the German gun. You've got the three different versions of the KV2, as well as one version of the KVY, and of course you've got many other. I think that one was built on. I know there was a tank destroyer that had the chassis of the KV tanks. What was it, the ISU 52? 152? Looks like it, eh? It looks like the issue has the same chassis as the KV tanks. Sharpie one. Yeah, the issue 152 used the same chassis as the KV1. So I'm guessing the ISU 152 upgraded to the. Yeah, I can see it. Oh, Joseph Stalin using a different chassis. Right. So that is that. But I do want to talk a bit more about the KV tanks and some of them. I mean, they're an interesting tank to talk about. Because they're one, big, and two, again on this map. It seems to be that the Warthunder likes to throw the map person. Was like, he's playing Soviet tanks. Let's give him a winter map or a desert map, which is weird because I don't think the KV team operate in the desert. I know the Sherman did because it operated in North Africa, but. No, the KV never entered. Attack the sea point. We'll go with the KV1. 1939 design. Oh, there's a Panther there. And ISU. No, it's the IS-2. It's my bigger brother. It is, basically. I mean, if we're gonna say tank's bigger. Right, there's a T-34 DT5. The KV1 did serve throughout the war, but mostly, I think, if they ever served, they were under the Finnish regiments rather than the Soviet one. So I think, because I know the Soviets wanted to retire them as quickly as possible when the IS-2 came in. Yeah. The problem with the KV2 is, if you play it, be prepared to be the first thing anybody shoots at, because your gun will shred. Your T-34 up there. As you can see, I'm taller than the IS-2. And I'm a lot slower. See? There is no stopping you from ever having that happen. I mean, if you're a KV2, see? Wham! It's just gonna go straight through you, and I'm surprised it didn't cause my ammunition to explode. That could have been bad. There we go with my KV1. I do have to unlock more tanks, so I do need to unlock more T-34s. I've got a couple. Although not too. I don't enjoy the T-34s as much. Although I think the one I've got is slightly better than using K. So I'll have to see. Welcome, viewer. welcome. I'm just talking about the KV tank. If you've clicked on the video, you've seen it by both the abbreviated name and its full-on Russian name, of which there are many variants, and of course there is a tank destroyer variant. Although the tank destroyers basically, they took the chassis of the KV tank and just stuck a gun on it. Go this way. Oh, and before people start going, oh, why are you playing in the desert map? I got shoved this map. I don't get told what maps I have to do. Well, whatever. Or that, or anything. I wonder if it's my dear friend who's on watching me. I wonder. M18 over. Oh, shit! They found me. Soviet power away. Oh, he's at the incinerator tag. Nice. Is there an enemy down there? He's the fourth stage of that. He's fluffy. Yes, I saw that anyway.
Attack the B point.
Nah. My god. Too much vodka. Oh shit. I remember one game I was playing as the KV tank. I just ran up and rammed this tiger. But I couldn't kill each other until a tiger on his on the yep. That was bound to happen every time because shitty gun, shitty. Oh dear. You know, the KV1 when the Tiger started eating match production just could not keep up with it. Tiger 1 would just sit there and pew! Dead Tiger. I mean, pew! Dead Tiger. Pew! Dead KV. I don't have my KV2 anymore, do I? No, got killed. Darn!
Enemy forces have captured a zone.
Oh, well, I'm gonna go fourth. Sacrifice! Oh, yeah, there's a couple of enemy tanks over there. I don't think that guy's the. No, there's a Tiger 1 there. He's probably going, who the hell shot me earlier? It was me, comrade. You could actually do a horror film where it has a tiger, like, no ammunition, and is being stalked by a friggin' KV tank. That would be like any Tiger Cruiser's nightmare, because one, you wouldn't die, and two, you'd just be sitting there going, oh my goodness, is this happening? The horror film, featuring a KV-1. Oh look, Toasty. Toasty! I'm not doing it in the loud voice because people are trying to sleep in my place. At home. Oh no, I gotta help the damn point. Why am I such a nice person? Don't answer that, people. Well, I'm actually quite a nasty person when you. Oh! Oh shit! Fire! Listen here, comrade. For what you have done, you will face 22 years in Gulag. 63 years in Gulag it is then. You know, shit, that would have hurt my ammunition. You had like the best shot in the world. I'm gonna go with the T-26. Screw these MK, I'll get one of my other tanks and replace it later. You don't shoot me, I'm just a little tank. I bet you people are gonna be like, what the hell? Feel me, I have small gun go pew. Small gun that goes pew. Oh dear, I'm a weird child. Mr. Sherman, nice day next to you. There's a tigery up there. I'm a one-shot kill. They're probably going, what the hell? Why is there a freaking reserve tank here? Oh, dear me. Yeah, the T-26 was one of the more... I killed someone? My God! They should feel embarrassed. Staying behind the Sherman. Ah! Somebody's like, ooh, yum. Yummy. Let's see. Oh, sorry. Little fucking wolf's like, ooh, yummy. Oh, I hit him. Yay! Come on, crash. Give me the kill. Give me the kill. I go kill a key. Yay! I know I've got speed on my side. I mean, I can move pretty fast for a T-26. They were slow tanks. For a light tank. Although I really do think they were medium tanks. But you know, the Kliment Voroshilov. You should be like, oh my God, look, easy kill! I know, there's a tiger up there. That is like the perfect image, like the smallest tank from hell. Anyway, back to the KV tanks. As I'll just basically talk. They were a very good tank up until the 88 flag was basically turned into a gun. Hitler was like, we need a bigger gun, and we need a vehicle that is better than what we currently got, and able to wield this thing. So, of course, you know, you got Germany going, everybody else in Germany going, like, let's mount it on the chassis. And of course, you got Porsche and Henschel, who both submitted designs for Hitler. Fucking move! Like I said, I'm a one-shot kill for anyone. Aww. 3485 killed him. Means I'm gonna have to deal with them. I'm a little tank! How am I meant to deal with a T-34 armed with an 85mm gun? He's probably gonna look at me and go, delicious, it's dinner time. I am just a distraction. Hear me. Just killed a Panzer IV. I mean, I'd be impressed, but no, T-34s need to be nerfed in this game. Like, their penetration needs to be substantially nerfed. Yep, see, told you it was a one-shot kill. Like, there is no sugarcoating it. Whee! Whack! He's probably going, what the flying fuck? I mean, I would be. I mean, if I just saw this small T-26 go, whee! You'd be like going, is it Christmas already? So basically, to sum up the KV tanks, they were good when they were needed. Unfortunately, by the end of the war, by the time 1942 rolled around, these tanks were, nah. Hitler no longer saw a use for them. And thus they were retired from service. Of course, we do see many tanks return. Many of the KV2 tanks, or KV tanks, on display. It will get 150 Eagles. Like that's going to do it. Oh, might. Order and pay. Yeah, 40 cents. As I'm saying, KV tanks were basically there for when they were needed. After 1942, after Germany was invading and the production of the Tiger tank, they were no longer seen as a requirement. And unfortunately for a lot of them, this meant that the tank had to get retired. Well, unfortunately, Germany and the the Russian army didn't have a choice in the matter. 1942, well, Germany was invading, and yes, Russia could put in a shit ton of vehicles, but Germany was invading faster than what Soviet Russia had thought, and so they were like, ah, crap, Mother Russia, you know, it's going to be happy. And unfortunately for a lot of people, no, can I use this on RANTS? I don't think I can, actually. It was just like, it was so little. Oh no, I can use it for 58,000, we'll do that. Yeah, we're richer than we were 6 minutes ago. Anyway. And I'll switch to fighters. Just because I'm switching to planes doesn't mean the vehicle's not good. So basically, KV2. Especially when you've got tanks such as the T-34, which are doing so much better and worse at the same time. Domination in Berlin. We're talking about Berlin. The Soviet tanks eventually was, like most tanks, the KV tanks were eventually just phased out of active service in 1944. A lot of them were probably used by the Soviets as just crash as dummies, targets, etc., etc. G55S. I actually do have to play my G55S a bit more. I'm enjoying that thing. So that's what probably ended up happening with the Soviet KV tanks. You do see a lot of them on display. I was going to say something else completely, I just could not think of the word. I know there's a couple on display over in Finland. And yeah. So now we'll just be witty, well, banter until I can end the video. Actually, I think I'll end the video. Thank you for listening. Much appreciated, as always, guys. Do hit the thumbs up down below. Be sure to subscribe if you're new to my channel. If you want to see more witty content from myself, there are other World of Tanks, well, there are other Warthunder videos that you can check out in the on my channel. I will be getting around this someday and like categorizing everything, putting everything into order. Again, just a huge thank you to you guys. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you can join the notification squad. I'm Duncannuva saying, job on Cybertron, and thank you for watching.